Guys, I am a positive person. I'm not typically a person to, backlighting. I'm not typically a person to, I don't know, criticize and stuff. Miss Haley is getting some tissue, please. Tissue. Not your sleeve, not your hand. Anyway, that's not the criticizing thing. But anyway, there's a some kind of Mickey Minnie Mouse show, I don't remember what it's called on, but there was Minnie Mouse and a couple little minis, I don't know if it was her daughters or her nieces or what, but that, and then Daisy. For one thing, Daisy had a ponytail, which maybe that's how she looks now. Last I looked, she just had like short hair. There was no like extra hair in the back. But if there's a ponytail, whatever, I can let that pass. Minnie, on the other hand, she would walk and like both her ears were like over here on the side of her head. I don't know too many mice that have ears like that. And then she'd move her head like this, and they'd like move to opposite sides of her head. I don't think that's how ears work. It was it was probably bothering me more than it should, but it was really bothering me. So there's that. On a side note, I have a little bit of a sore throat this morning. It's not as bad as when I woke up, but it's annoying. I'm gonna have some coffee. Got Haley and Doug this morning. Yeah. Doug's actually in a good mood right now. He's been kind of grumpy lately, but I think he's been feeling less than great, and maybe has teeth coming in. I don't know. Oh, Vampirina. I did see that was coming up, but I've never seen that show, so I didn't recognize it. Little Terror. Anyway, oh, Jackson was supposed to be here today and yesterday, but yesterday he had a fever. Charlie, I love you. Haven't seen you all morning since I got up, and I miss you, and I love you. And Haley found him now, so he's gonna run away. Let's see how this goes. There he goes. Anyway, Jackson was good to be here this morning, but his mom and dad have one car seat, and his dad, well, they both work out of town. I think I need to wipe his nose. But Haley, no, thank you. No. But she had to bring him here, and I think they live in Delaware, and he works in Galena. I don't know how far that is, but he drove his car with the car seat in it to work, and she needed the car seat to bring him here so she could go to work. No. And that's probably how I'm getting sick. They're touching and putting their mouths and stuff on that. Blech. Anyway, so because he had the car seat, she couldn't leave the house because she didn't have a car seat, and so she couldn't bring Jackson here and couldn't go to work. So she said he will be here tomorrow. That's the plan, and they're getting second car seat today. That would be super annoying. It wasn't super annoying for me, but being in that situation, like being in her shoes in that situation would be annoying. Like, what do I do? Can't really make it leave work. Yeah, anyway, good morning. I'm gonna have some coffee, and yeah. Guys, sorry. I got some phlegm or something in my throat. It's going to be a long road. But Haley's eating some lunch. Zena over here, I'm trying a new thing because I don't want her to freeze outside. And she doesn't currently have, hi puppy, she doesn't currently have a heater. Zena, down. She doesn't currently have a heater because she chewed up the cord. But I'm going to try, she might jump back up there, so I'll talk to you guys, and if she does, we'll deal with it afterwards. But I'm going to try to train her to stay in the kitchen. She can probably jump over that if she wanted to. But I'm trying to teach her slowly to not even stand up on there. Or really stand up anywhere in there especially. And we'll continuously work on her jumping up on people. But I think for this winter, so I can have her in, I'll see if she wants to go outside. So I can have her inside and not have her so she's not freezing. Are you wanting to go outside? Do you want to go outside? She's like, no, I don't want any part of that. Alright. I thought maybe you were ringing the bell because she had a potty. Not that I've trained her to, but it'd be a good thing to train her. That's kind of why I put those there. I'm trying to train her not to jump, at least on the fence over here. And it's going to be a slow process, but I think she's already starting to get it. I've been bitten, I don't know if you can tell. Obviously it hasn't broken the skin, but I've been bitten several times. I already washed my hands and my arms because they were all muddy because she was outside and she was muddy. But I'm trying to train her not to jump on there by like telling her no and down as I put her down. And then when she does listen and doesn't jump on there, I try to like majorly praise her and be like, good girl, and give her pets and stuff so she can realize, or so she can kind of learn what's, Xena, down, Xena, down, so she can kind of learn what's right, what's good and what's bad. She was on the stove just a second ago, or well, not on it, but up on it. Her paws are on it. So it's going to be a work in progress, but I think if I can slowly learn her, if I can slowly teach her not to jump up here, then that'll be a start. And she can be in here this winter and not freeze, and I can trust her to hopefully eventually not chew things up. But the first thing is teaching her to not jump up on here, and then hopefully in at least get it up to where 90% of the time, 90% of the time she won't even attempt to get up on there or try to jump over it or anything, except for maybe some off chance or something. That's the hope. So we're gonna try to slowly train her that, I think. I'll try to bring her in each day, and well, once, I don't know, might bring the cage inside, we'll see. And just put a bed inside the cage. I don't know what we'll do, but I'm gonna try to slowly train her to behave. Xena! Hi, puppy. Good girl. You're such a good girl. I love you. Good girl. She's being good right now. Good girl. Yeah. You don't get on camera very much because it's cold outside. And because I don't go outside in the backyard very often. Alright, I love you. Just wanted to show you that and talk about that a little bit. Right this second she's being very good, so that's good. I'm just going to have to keep checking on her so she doesn't chew stuff. We have... Oh. Xena! She's barking at something. It's alright. But we have our treadmill, my treadmill, whatever, in there. What are you barking at? So hopefully she won't chew the cord. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys. Hey, so I heard a noise outside and I thought maybe it was just like the wind was blowing so much that it was like sounding almost thunder-like. I didn't think it was thundering, but I thought maybe the wind was making it like was being loud and sounding like thunder. But I looked outside. Oh, I just pushed the thing, and the neighbor's trash can is in the street, which is because of the wind. The other one's like dented. I don't know if that's from falling down or what that's from, but it looks dented. The black one, and then the blue one's in the street. Oh, and Charlie got that. Oh, and Doug's awake. That's Charlie playing with this thing. Oh, I better go get Doug and take Haley upstairs so she can take her nap. I just wanted to show you that. I would show a car going by, but it's not a super busy street, and we might be waiting a little bit, so I better go get Doug. So don't mind me, it's a little freezing in here. I did vlog some today, but I had every intention. I did like a terrible thing. I had every intention to vlog me and Brett working on the set tonight because I didn't even get my Wednesday thing done, but cleaning the bathroom. But I made food. I made some pasta, just some noodles or whatever, And then we ate, and then we went and bought some stuff, and then went to the church and started working on the set. And we only got one of the 3 sets even drawn out. And so I'm planning on going back tomorrow and a few other days. But I had every intention of taking you guys with me. Well, I did take you with me, but every intention of vlogging there so I could show you and talk about it and stuff, and I didn't do that. Charlie, trying to bite my Christmas tree. But anyway, I didn't do that. But it's just crazy because I'm not a very artistic person, and I don't know, it exhausts me. And I don't want to say it's not necessarily that, it's just that, like, to make art look good, you have to be either experienced or just really dedicated to it. And I don't enjoy it. Well, I don't have the experience, for one thing, but I'm also just, I don't like drawing. So I don't hardly have the patience to,
through the eyes of the customer,
like, really put my all into it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make it look bad. I am trying to make it look decent and look good for a children's Christmas play type thing. Good enough for that. But I'm kind of glad that for other people's sake, because I know there's more people that are going to see it that are good at crafty stuff, and if they saw it, they'd probably be like, she probably should have put more effort into that. Which is fine. They can have that point of view. I would feel that way if somebody was choreographing something. I'm better with large motor or I enjoy large motor stuff, and therefore better than with small motor type things like drawing. But anyway, if it wasn't for Brett, it probably wouldn't look as good because of Brett. Not that he's drawing everything, but he he took a ruler and not a protractor, but like an angle thing. I forget what he called it, but like a triangle thing to help you do the corners. So he took those things and pencils and erasers, and I wouldn't have thought to take those. I probably would have been like, so because of those things, we're drawing, like, we're making sure that we're able to make sure the lines are straight and even and all that stuff. And the corners are not whopper jawed, although mine probably are anyway.
What do you know about carrots?
So
a lot, actually. Thanks to this
if it wasn't for that, him doing that, I would just be drawing everything freehand, which is fine with me. I'd be happy enough with it, and I'd paint it, and it would look fine for a kids program. But not as good as it is going to because of Brett's tools. So there's that. Plus, I think has a little bit more of an artist's mind than I do. He's not completely amazing at art either, but he's maybe better than I am, but probably just more of an artist mind, so he cares a little more, and has, I don't know, just that kind of point of view or something. But it'll look decent, although there'll probably be some people that don't love it, and that's okay. Anyway, so we were working on that tonight, and I was complaining half the time. It was like, the set that we were doing today is a music store, and I had drawn up, I had already drawn up, I've drawn up all 3 sets on computer paper, and the music store, there was some blank spots, which I didn't feel like it all needed to be filled, but I was like, well, you could put some other stuff here, and I'm like, okay. So that just meant I had to think of more stuff to put in there, and be able to draw that stuff. So I drew the door, which I had already had, and he drew a CD stand, which is a little bit different than the one that I had originally drawn on the paper, but it looks good, and I'm not complaining. And I drew, oh dear, watching a Lifetime movie or Hallmark movie. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, so I drew the door, and we left a space for a guitar, which I drew on the paper, but we both agreed. It was my idea originally, like I had thought of it, but we both agreed that it'd be even better to do rather than having a drawn thing, to have a guitar there, but I drew it on there just so we would know that would be there. So we left a space for that. I, with Brett's coaxing, drew a shelf with a big jar, which looks more like I don't want to say an urn, but like a big homemade, I don't know, clay jar or something, but it's going to be the jar that's going to have the incense in it, which actually happens to be frankincense incense. And they're talking about Frank's incense in the play. It's kind of funny that I happened to get that. I originally planned to get cinnamon sticks, so I figured that would be more useful to me after the play and stuff, rather than wasting stuff. But anyway, so I drew the shelf and the thing, and I drew another idea of his, a sign. I was gonna do a keyboard, but he decided not to do that or something, or decided that we shouldn't do that or something, which, if he has ideas that are better than my original ideas, I will definitely go toward his, because, like I said, I don't have the heart in the set. My heart isn't in it, so if he has better ideas, I'll go with that. So I ended up drawing a sign that just said, like, CD sale with an arrow pointing down. What's his idea? Did you find? No? Kelly was playing with the paperclip earlier, and he brought it to me a couple times, but I think he lost it. So that's sad. So yeah, we got. I drew the things that I drew, the door, and the shelf with the jar, and the sign on pencil, and then outlined all of those in permanent marker, and he got most of the CD thing drawn. He's putting a little more detail in it, so it's taking him a little bit longer, and not using the ruler like I was. He's a little better at that, and a little more particular without using it, so there's that. And he didn't make me use it, he just, I don't know, he suggested it, but he's not crazy picky about that stuff necessarily. But I'm happy with what I drew, but if you guys would have seen, it is not my area of expertise to be drawing a set. I'm not maybe I am, but I'm not trying to complain. I say I'm not complaining, but I probably am. I'm not trying to complain. I just wanted to tell you how the situation went and stuff, and I am going to be proud in the end. I know I'm already happier even with the ones that we did so far. How that looks, it looks better than I thought. So that's good. We have 2 more sets to draw, and then we'll be painting at some point in there. And I wanted to have it done by this Sunday, but that's not going to happen. So it'll be done by next Saturday, which will be dress rehearsal. So it's all good. It's just taking a little longer because there's only 2 of us, and I probably should have did it before now, but I just was hoping to have, or thinking there were going to be other people, but there weren't. So I'm really glad that Brett volunteered to help, because it would have taken me probably even longer if he didn't.
No, you're wearing.
Or I might have just stayed later, I don't know. But anyway,
You look like a hobo.
I will try to... What?
Anyway, so
Anyway,
great to see you.
I tried to vlog, or I will try to vlog when I'm there tomorrow, and I'll show you kind of the set,
Same question.
and a little more of a progress probably there. Brett has his friends coming over tomorrow for their meeting thing. His friends were sick last week, so they weren't able to do it, but hopefully they're able to do it tomorrow. That's the plan. So I will be on my own vlogging there, but it'll happen. Anyway, I need to stop talking. I've talked too long. Xena did really well today, surprisingly well. She only jumped over the fence one time, and that was after Brett was home, and we went to eat, and he was the second one to come in here, so she was just really excited. So I'm gonna finish watching this movie, and then I gotta take a shower and shave and go to bed. I hate showering. I shower, but I hate showering. Okay. I hope you have a great, grand, wonderful, amazing, palapity day, and I will see you in my next vlog. Good night.